Let me allay your fears and tell you that 50 fortunately isn't dead, and neither has he been shot again. What you just saw is the lengths that 50 will go to troll his enemies.
What's up? Yo, this is 50 Cent. I just want to thank everybody for showing their support and all of the get well messages I got on this50.com.
If you are still confused about what exactly caused 50's injuries, well, 50 Cent stated that his life-threatening injuries were caused by noise poisoning caused by listening to Fat Joe's music. You heard right, noise poisoning. Still confused? Then let's head back to 2010 together.
It's Fat Joe's record. I listened to it.
Yesterday, I listened to Fat Joe's record and it hurt me. And I told you people not to listen.
50 Cent once said, "I'm the type to swallow my blood before I swallow my pride." And I can't help but agree with him. You see, the rivalry between these two OGs began over a decade ago. 50's G-Unit and Fat Joe's Terror Squad had a huge beef back in the early 2000s. And at the 2005 VMAs, this beef reached a boiling point when Fat Joe went on stage and said this.
I like to tell the people home, I feel so safe tonight with all this police protection courtesy of G-Unit.
Surely, you know the homie 50 wasn't going to just let that slide.
Joe is man. Pussy boy. Fuck boy. Fuck boy. You know what niggas is true.
The duo almost got into an altercation at the awards. And after this drama at the VMAs, 50 took things further when he made this fake mixtape cover for Fat Joe titled Elephant Boy in the Sand. This beef was quite heated and went on for a while. The rivalry eventually ended up costing Fat Joe millions of dollars. Fat Joe would have been the first artist to collaborate with the Jordan brand, as he had a very good relationship with Michael Jordan himself. Fat Joe stated that he had had several meetings with Michael Jordan and everything was set for the deal to happen. However, after what happened at the VMAs, MJ pulled the plug on the deal, stating that he didn't want to be associated with no rap beef. Fat Joe lost $20 million because of the beef with 50, but Fat Joe is just the first in a line of victims, because Rick Ross didn't lose money, but 50 exposed a secret he never wanted anyone to know. 50 specifically said to Rick Ross, "I'm determined to fuck your life up, and if you don't believe me, he will tell you himself."
The company, the system might actually feel like it's a good idea for the moment until they realize that I won't stop. There's nobody in control of me. Like, I do what I want to do. So I'm deciding to fuck your life up.
50 took the beef to another level when he found and interviewed the mother of Rick Ross's son, Tia. This interview revealed that the boss was once a correctional officer.
Good question. Did you know Rick while he was working in law enforcement?
He was a correction officer.
So we're clear he was a correctional officer.
Yes, he was.
50 didn't stop here. The baby mama signed a deal with 50 to release a book titled Deeper Than Rap. The title of this book just happened to be the same title as Rick Ross's third studio album. And guess what? The book was also released the same day Rick Ross released his album. 50 continued to show that he would go lower than you can imagine when dealing with his ops. And for those who mess with his money, they suffer an even more terrible fate. Just ask Mitchell Green. Mitchell Green was the director of brand management for 50's alcohol brand Branson Cognac. Green's job was to buy the fermented beverages needed for the cognac and make sure that the company's product is the best on the market. But he decided to do a bit more than he was required to do. Green decided to line his pockets. He got 50's brand a supplier that did not deliver the best product for the cognac, but the supplier would pay him a commission instead. Green embezzled $2 million from 50 Cent's company, and he was only exposed when someone threatened to extort him for his crimes. Green was fired, and a judge found him guilty and asked him to pay over $6 million to 50 Cent. Unfortunately, Green declared bankruptcy and was unable to pay the money. But if you thought 50 was going to show any mercy, then you haven't been listening. He gave him a few days to pay the money, and if he didn't, 50 was going to seize his home and all his other assets. He stated on Instagram that he was going to use epoxy for the floors and keep Green's family pictures as the theme for the house. And if you still haven't learned not to mess with 50's money, let me show you what happened to Daryl Mitchell.
Yeah, I'm doing my number. Listen. Yeah, what's up, man? No, I got the money, Vic. All I have to do is go to ATM. I got you, bro. Matter of fact, I got the Vic. No, Vic. It ain't that, dog. I've been in New Orleans, bro. You gotta come see it. I figured you was gonna come get around, so. Yeah. I don't have it right now. I know you got it. I don't have it on me, dog. Right? No, I don't have the money on me, bro. I'm gonna get it to you. I'm gonna get it to you. Let me just go do this. I'll come right back. What you doing? Say, what are you doing? I'm gonna listen to you come back with that money, right? You real serious like right now? I'm not serious. Yo, is you serious, dog?
Still, what if I tell you that Daryl Mitchell might not even be 50's most humiliated victim? That title might belong to Floyd Mayweather. Floyd and 50 might not be so close anymore, but there was a time when you could not see 50 without seeing Floyd next to him. Over the last 15 years, 50 Cent and Floyd have been friends, enemies, business partners, and friends again. 50 might even be the one that came up with the idea of the Money Team. 50 stated that he was the one who gave Floyd the idea for the Money Team, and he was the one who trademarked the name in Delaware. Back in 2012, when Floyd was facing a domestic abuse charge, 50 trademarked the name TMT, which is what Floyd calls his entourage and the name for Mayweather's promotion company. 50 claims that before Floyd was sentenced, he told him to invest as much money as he could to start the business. And when he gets out of jail, he would pay 50% of whatever amount 50 Cent used to start the business. 50 stated that he spent $2 million to start the promotion company. This means that Floyd owed 50 $1 million. 50 Cent was the one who went to pick Floyd from jail, and it was during this period that their problems started. Floyd was spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on jewelry and fast cars, but he still didn't pay back 50 Cent his $1 million. So this forced 50 to end the Money Team. Floyd replied to this by calling 50 a male boxing groupie and also insinuated that 50's album sales had declined. And then he followed the post with a graph showing 50's numbers have declined. Their back and forth went on for a while on social media. However, 50 still never got his money. And if there's one thing you and I have learned in the last few minutes, is that you don't mess with 50 Cent's money. A few years later, Floyd got into a fight with T.I. because he was flirting with the rapper's wife, Tiny. 50 Cent responded to this by posting this video.
Chat, what the fuck is going on, man? Niggas tell me you down there at the Fat Burger fighting over Tiny. Now that's T.I. bitch, man. You gonna cause these niggas to buy more guns in Atlanta.
Floyd stated that people like 50 Cent need him to stay relevant. And then 50 released one of the most iconic videos you will find on the internet.
Woke up, I look at the computer say, Floyd said, fuck T.I., fuck Nelly, fuck 50. I'm like, what did he say fuck me for? Nelly fucked your first baby mama, Melissa, then took your fucking fiance, say fuck that nigga.
This video then gave us this photo, one of the most popular memes ever. And after this, you would think 50 Cent couldn't even beat this feat, but you know what? Just play the clip.
This is a special ASLELS challenge for you, Floyd. If you can read one full page of a Harry Potter book, nigga, I'll give $750,000 to whatever charitable organization you want to. Fuck the bucket of ice, man.
50 then realized that Floyd might struggle with words like furnunculus or petrificus totalis.
A phone call from my man Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy said if Floyd accepts the challenge, then he'll put it on the actual show, so you can read it on the show. We don't want to put pressure on you. We know you can't pronounce those words in that Harry Potter book, so we're gonna let you read Cat in the Hat.
So he decided to make the challenge easier. Mayweather responded to this by posting a check and saying, "Read this, $72 million. 50 has continued to troll Mayweather for many years, even after this. Right now, 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather are cool again, but not everyone gets to reconcile with 50. And unfortunately, one of those who have remained on 50's bad side is Marquise Jackson. Yes, 50's son. When it comes to 50 and Marquise, you've got to admit that this is a really unfortunate scenario. 50 stated that he won't have a bad day if his son got hit by a bus. This was after seeing a picture of Marquise with the son of the man who had him shot 9 times. 50 explained that he has paid over $1.3 million to Marquise's mother, Shanika Tompkins. 50 Cent and Shanika have had several issues over the years, and 50 blames her for the man Marquise has become. 50 states that Marquise is entitled.
Let's say now that he's starting to like females, he's conscious of what kind of shoes he want to wear. I need these Jordans, the retro Jordans is coming, different things. And then his mother go, all right, I'll get them for you, but it just bothers me because you're supposed to have them all. So while being a privileged child, he feels deprived.
And Marquise claims that $6,700 a month isn't good enough for child support.
Listen to what I'm saying to you.
Right.
$6,700 a month, right? $6,700 a month in the state of New York City. You do the math.
Marquise states that the money isn't enough because he is the son of an A-list celebrity. 50 states that he no longer loves his son.
50, you love your son? I used to. You ask yourself how long, a complicated question would say, how long can you love something that don't love you back?
However, Marquise claims that he wants nothing more than to reunite with his father. He even posted that he would pay his father $6,700 just to spend some time with him. However, 50 claims that this is just a cry for attention.
You know, Fifth, everybody wants to know, is there a possibility of you, actually your son wants to sit down with you?
No, he doesn't. See, Charlamagne, you would call me. You don't call TMZ to say you want to sit down. Think about it, man. You want some attention.
And if you thought 50 would back on the trolling because Marquise is his son, then what video have you been watching?
I had to rebuild my life over with $6,700 a month.
Marquise, I know you feel like...
Fuck, this nigga is crazy. You're 25 years old. Why you still talking about child support? I feel $5,000 a year, but it was with me.
You see your son yet? Nah, I ain't heard from 6ix9ine. He's his mother's child now. He told on everybody. He better than Marquise, though. I take him before I take my actual father. Fuck that nigga. He said, yo, boy. I'm trying, you know what I'm saying? We gotta watch this again after I'm gonna go Hulu.